right, ladies and gentlemen. Well, evening. Thank you for coming through this evening to DuePoint. That's where you're sitting this evening. DuePoint is a division of Constantia Insurance Company, which is a listed and registered life and short-term insurance company. So you might not have heard of excuse me, DuePoint or Constantia, but Constantia was in fact first registered in 1952, so it's nearly 70 years old. So the reason we tell you this, as luck would have it, my throat wants to crack up. The reason we tell you this is so that you know that you're not dealing with some kind of startup. This is not something new. This is not the latest and greatest thing from overseas. This is a well-established insurance company. People often come to me afterwards and say, who's your underwriter? Well, you're looking at us. We are the insurance company. And so take comfort in that this evening. We are, of course, an authorized and registered financial services provider as well. There's our FSP number. Look us up. On the way out this evening, look at the certificates on the wall next to the front door. Know who you're dealing with this evening and take comfort in it. I want you to be comfortable as well with the team here this evening. The team have all been picked for their skills in the financial services space and in what we're doing here at DuePoint. This is me, the best-looking, tallest guy over here, Brendan Benfield. I'm the senior executive here. I'm the founder of the division and the team. I've spent 20 years in the financial services space. I'm a chartered accountant. We've got lots of chartered accountants over here. But you'll forgive us for that. We're working on our personalities. I think we're getting quite good compared to where we started. Then we've got Tim over here. Tim is from the banking sector. He spent 15 years working for the first Rand Group. He actually was in the executive team when I approached him, reporting directly to the CEO, brings great banking skills for us to the team. We've got Stacey over here. She's our auditor. She comes from Deloitte. Both work locally and internationally with them. I actually spoke to her in Luxembourg about DuePoint, and she quit up her job there and came and joined us here. So she brings great skills as well and experience to us as well. This is Jane. Jane's from the UK originally, but she spent the last decade here in South Africa. Both in the UK and here, she specialized in the direct selling space. So she brings that experience to us here at the team, and she's got a great energy about her as well. And then we've got Rob. Rob's our design guy. Spent the last 15 years running his own digital design company called Wired, dealt with financial services, Investec, Visa, MasterCard, all sorts of things. He knows what he's doing in this space, and you'll see that everything that you see, feel, and touch here at DuePoint was designed by Rob, right down to the color of the chairs that you're sitting on this evening. But what is it that we do here at DuePoint? Now that we've given you just a sense of the fact that we're here, we're live, we're bricks and mortar, we're not some kind of intangible company. Well, folks, we do two things at DuePoint. The first objective that we had in this entire system is that we want to start creating real, recurring, lifetime income for South Africans. This is something that does not exist in our current economic state. It arguably doesn't exist anywhere in the world right now in the traditional forms of employment and running businesses. We know in South Africa particularly that the state of our economy is a mess. Don't let anybody try and convince you any otherwise. You only have to read the newspaper for 5 minutes and you'll be cutting your wrists with what's going on out there. No one has certainty about their jobs anymore. No one. Tomorrow, no matter who you are, executive to mailroom, black, white, Indian, Asian, colored, tomorrow your job could be gone. It just could be. With a shrinking economy like ours, businesses are closing down on a weekly basis and jobs are being lost. People are being retrenched at every level. Now, this causes a great amount of anxiety in our society, and it has a whole lot of symptoms that we see the whole time. Violence, depression, death, all sorts of things like that is happening here. We want to be part of that solution. We want to create something that you can rely on, an income that you know is there when you can't work, when you lose your job, when you get too old to work. We want you to know that it's there every month, every week, changing the way you think and behave in this economy. That is our first objective. And if we can do that, as part of that objective, we believe we can tackle the debt crisis in South Africa. Every single one of us are plugged into it, no matter how much we earn or what position that we're in. Every one of us is plugged in to the debt system in South Africa. We all have too much of it. Most of us cannot pay back our repayments on it, which makes us, in many senses, thieves. I often say this as a joke. I say we're driving stolen cars, we're living in stolen houses, and we're wearing clothes we stole because we can't pay for these things. This is a symptom of our economy. It's just a symptom of what is happening, the unreliable income and situations that we have here in South Africa. We want to fix that process. We also want to fix the future. Right now, no South African, it's literally 99.5% in terms of actual statistics and research done, 99.5% of us are not going to be ready for retirement. Basically, no one. No one in South Africa is preparing. What do you need for retirement? Well, they said, if you want to continue to earn what you're earning now, you need to have about 10 times your current annual salary saved on the day you retire. Who has that? Who will have 10 years of their salary saved on the day they retire in order to continue to live the way they lived during their lives, to not be dependent on the state? What do we know the state gives us? 1,400 rand, 1,500 rand a month? That's what they give us. And are they even going to be able to distribute that? I'm sure you've been seeing what's been going on in the news. They're not even sure if they're going to distribute it anymore. They don't have the systems. And then, of course, dependent on our children. Instead of being able to lift our children up, we hang the weight of our debt and our desperation on them as we move into retirement. If we can fix this problem and fix the debt problem and put regular income in the hands of South Africans, we believe we've achieved our first objective. Our second objective at DuePoint is we want to modernize Constantia. We're bringing Constantia into the 21st century. The entire way financial services are sold has changed. Just the other companies, the other insurance companies and banks haven't realized it yet. All of us have changed as consumers. We want direct access to the source of our products. We don't like this middleman and watch it through the TV and hear it on the radio kind of stuff anymore. We just don't. We don't respond to it anymore. We respond to what's on our phones, on our tablets, on our computers. That's what we wanted to do, and we want to bring Constantia into the 21st century like that. Now, these two objectives melded together give us what we call the DuePoint system. That's where you come in. The DuePoint system is a very simple system. What we do is we allow you as individuals to contract with us as wealth engineers. It's just what we call you. Wealth engineers have a single task for us, and that is to connect us to everybody that you know. Connect us. This becomes your task for the rest of the time that you spend here with DuePoint, connecting DuePoint to people that you know. By doing this, you create for us a platform of distribution. You've linked us to people that we can now facilitate the purchase of our products to. By doing this, we create revenue for ourselves and income for you. Now, it's extra income. We never tell anybody at DuePoint to quit their job. Not ever. That's not the task that we're trying to achieve here. What we wanted to do is bridge the gap between what you're currently earning and what you need to earn in order for you to get on top of your debt, start getting on top of your expenditure, and start preparing for the future. That's what we want to do. In time, yes. You know, the sky's the limit, but we want to start by bridging the situation we're all in right now. Now, this is based on recurring income. Now, that's a big statement to make. When you read it on the internet, 99% of the time it's a lie. In order for us to create recurring income is very difficult. How do you create something that pays you the same amount or more every single month? Well, the first thing that we did is we built our system on financial services and lifestyle products, which are there for life. Which means that every month we raise a debit order. You are not peddling goods here at DuePoint. You don't come and buy a box of stuff and then go to your friends and try to sell it to them over and over again, and some of it perishes and you can't use it anymore, and some of it breaks and all this nonsense. No, this is debit order based, which means that every month the debit order raised, every month we get paid, every month you get paid. This is the cornerstone of the system that we made here. You cannot create realistically recurring income on something that has to be sold over and over and consumed. With our system, that does not come into play. Now, the second thing that we have put in the DuePoint system is the very powerful tool of leverage, instrument of leverage, which is the power of duplication. We know that many of you are busy, do not have a lot of time in this life. Welcome to the club of we don't have time. This whole club of DuePoint, nobody's got time. So if it was an excuse of yours tonight, just throw it out the window, because everybody here doesn't have time. Our employment, which is getting us nowhere, I don't think any of you are like making millions in your employment. Only a little fraction of people do. That employment that's taking us nowhere is sucking up all of our hours, isn't it? 40, 60, 80, 100 hours a week, depending on what you do, but not converting any of it into a future or any of your aspirations at this point in time. This is the reality of employment. Now, we know that, and we know you can't get rid of that, but you've got a little bit more time. And if you can take that little bit of time from a bunch of people, you've now got a lot of time to create revenue and income and freedom for yourself. And we've built that tool into the DuePoint system itself, which means that it is completely flexi time. I've had people say, Brendan, just tell me, is it part-time or full-time? Well, it's not any one of those. You are not employees of ours. You are not contracted to us as employees. You're simply contractors of ours, which means that we're putting a tool in your hands. And we're saying when you want to, how much you want to use this tool is completely up to you. Now, the wonderful thing about this tool is for the first time in your life, you'll have something, an instrument that is input-output. You put more in, it puts more out. This is not the same with your employment, which you know. You can be the best employee all month long, they're going to pay you the same at the end of the month as they paid you last month. It really won't make any difference. You can do it for 6 months, and nothing will change. Here, what you put in, you get out. It is completely in your hands. You are completely independent of DuePoint as a wealth engineer here. There is no risk in becoming a wealth engineer. This is the big thing that we worry about as South Africans. We've burnt our fingers so many times in so many schemes and fringe things that are here, the new thing from America, the new thing from Canada, the new thing from Switzerland. And there's always something, and they take your money and they leave you, and they're here today and gone tomorrow. Well, part of what we did when we formed DuePoint was make sure that that would never be a question or a risk that you would have to face here. As I said to you, not peddling goods. There's no starter kit that you're going to buy tonight. There's no startup fee for being a wealth engineer. There's no monthly fee for being a wealth engineer. There's no application form fee when you're here at DuePoint. There is no fee for being a wealth engineer. By simply being a Constantia product owner, you get all of that as part of the package deal. No additional fee, no additional cost at any point in DuePoint. And so, folks, this evening, if you choose to become a wealth engineer, and tomorrow morning you go, I want to do this. The guy fooled me on the stage. That's fine. Carry on with life. Nothing will have changed. No money will have left your pockets this evening. Folks, you don't need any specific qualification or experience either. You are not salespeople of ours. And this is a big mental leap for South Africans. For so long in the direct selling space, South Africans have had to sell things. The latest energy drink, the latest Deer Antler Velvet Mouth Spray, I don't know, the latest whatever it is, you've had to sell these things. And so in your heads, you've always gone, oh, I need to be a salesperson. I need to be doing that. You are completely removed from the sales process here at DuePoint, completely. And I'm telling you, even though you're shaking your heads going, oh, that's awesome. You're really going, no, but how do I sell this? No, you don't have to sell anything at DuePoint. There is absolutely no requirement for you to have any kind of qualification or experience. You are not brokers. You're not representatives. You're not financial advisors. You are not doing any part of the sales process with us. We've completely freed that up for you. This is for every single South African. You are, however, building an asset. And again, this is something that some other people have said before. Build an asset with us. But when you are peddling a good, you are not creating a recurring income. That's not an asset. It disappears. Here, because we've created a system that allows you to create recurring income. A recurring income is how you price a business. And when you can price a business, you now have an asset that you can sell, you can transfer, and will outlive you. When you pass away, that asset is handed over to your children, and they will earn income that you created for them through your lifetime instead of debt that you've accumulated over your life, which is what is happening to all of us in South Africa today. We want to break that cycle with this system. And as I said, absolutely no selling. We have no stock. You don't have to pick it up. You don't need a bucky. It's a system of complete convenience. Everything is at your fingertips. Everything's online 24/7. Anywhere in the world, you have the ability to log in to what's happening here at DuePoint. It's there for you. Folks, your task as a wealth engineer, simple as I said, go out and connect us to people. How do you do that? You simply tell people about the DuePoint opportunity. Guys, that is not our products. That is not our products. You do not tell people about our products. The opportunity that DuePoint presents is one of creating lifetime income. That is what we do here. That is what you tell people. As you tell them this, some of them will catch the vision of what we're trying to do here at DuePoint, and will want to become wealth engineers as well. And you will add them to DuePoint as wealth engineers. As you do, we allocate them to you, and your channel is born. It's born. And those folk that would have sat through the same presentation as you will go out and do the same thing, talking to people, adding people to your channel as wealth engineers. And your channel will grow. Soon you'll have tens, hundreds, maybe thousands of individuals all talking about the DuePoint opportunity and growing your channel. We then come along. We, Constantia DuePoint, not you, we come along and we facilitate the purchase of our products through a platform that you have now created for us, a market penetration you made for us as wealth engineers, and your income is born. Now, what's very important to note, folks, is that this is not a get-rich-quick scheme. It's not. Not of any way, shape, or form. It's not something you've read about in a newspaper. It doesn't have a British surname. It's none of those sorts of things. This is a genuine income-earning opportunity. We don't have 8 regulators for overseeing our business and 68 pieces of legislation governing us for us to have got away with some kind of thing. But because it's genuine, because it's like your employment or your career, it requires time and effort and thought. People say, you can't say it's free, there's sacrifice. Yes, there is sacrifice. You will sacrifice time. That will be your risk. That'll be your cost. You will apply time to this business to create income for yourself, and it will require determination and persistency for you to really change your life. Relatively easy to make a little bit of money, I'm going to show you, but to change your life, you're going to have to apply yourself to it because it's the real deal. Now, let's look at it. So the first way you earn with the DuePoint system is through our returns program. Our returns program pays you R27.50 every time somebody in your channel makes a payment, a product payment, multiplied by a factor of where in your channel the payment has been made. So for instance, you go out, you chat to a few people, they become wealth engineers and pay for their product. In the months that they pay for their products, you get R27.50 multiplied by 200%. They're on your first point, the people you introduced. That's 55 Rand. 55 Rand for every product every month that they pay it. It's not R1.50, it's not 5 Rand, it's not 12 Rand 26. I've seen all of these. Those are 19th century and 2000 and the 20th century numbers. They do not apply in the 21st century. You can't buy anything for R1.50. You can't buy anything for 12 Rand 26. We need 21st century money. 55 Rand a month, every month that that product is paid. If these folk go out and add a few people to your channel, they become wealth engineers, they pay for their product, again, you're going to get R27.50 multiplied by 200%. They're on your second point now. That is 55 Rand a month. You add up just that handful of dots, I've worked it out, it's just under 1,000 Rand a month. You've hardly done anything. And it's 1,000 Rand a month coming into your income each month. It's not changed your life, but you feel it immediately with DuePoint. Now, this of course carries on throughout your channel as it grows, but at a diminishing rate until the 8th point. There is no limit to how much you can earn here at DuePoint. From the 8th point on, all that happens is that the diminishing rate stops. From the 8th point on, where you qualify to earn, you will always get 4% of R27.50 for every product payment made in your channel. This means that as time passes and you build a channel that's got 12 or 15 points in it and you qualify to earn and someone makes a payment on like your 15th point, you'll get 4% of R27.50. Maybe you grow it over your whole lives to 25 or 30 points and someone makes a payment, you'll get 4% of R27.50 where you qualify to earn. If you hand it to your children and they grow it their whole lives to 100 points and someone on the 86th point makes a payment and you qualify to earn, or your children do, they'll get 4% of R27.50. Your potential is never limited at DuePoint. You will be the only stumbling block to your success at DuePoint. You will choose how much of your time and energy you're willing to sacrifice in the growth of your channel here at DuePoint. Now, that's a tricky slide. It doesn't really show you how much you can earn. So we asked ourselves that question, what can you practically earn with the DuePoint system? So tricky answer as well, because it requires a growth rate. How quickly are you going to grow? So we did a whole lot of maths, we got a whole lot of data that we have over the last 2 decades, and we came up with what we think is a reasonable and conservative growth rate. We call it the 3+2 growth rate, and it says that where you in your first month are with us, you put in just 3 people on your first point. 3 people in a month. And every month thereafter, you put just 2 people in on your month. Now, you can see, we're talking about persistency. You've got to be introducing 2 people every month, but that's 1 every 2 weeks. This is hardly 15 to 20 hours a month. This is like 2 or 3 hours a month that we want you to put in. And you work with your guys that you've put in to do the same thing. Now, we know that not all of them are going to do the same thing, and we've got lapses and cancellations and fall-offs and all of this jazz. When we apply all of that mathematics together, we reckon you can quite reasonably expect to earn about 2,500 Rand a month after 6 months. Now, that's not life-changing income. For some it is, but for most it isn't. 2,500 Rand after 6 months of conservative effort with DuePoint. What's forgotten, of course, is that that is 30,000 Rand a year that you've just increased your household income by. Remember, this is recurring income. This is what we're creating here. 30,000 Rand a year after 6 months. If you can push through to 12 months, we reckon you'll be on about 9,000 to 10,000 Rand a month. That's 120,000 Rand a year that you've now produced in 1 year of what we think is reasonable and conservative effort with us. 3 + 2 + 2 + 2 + 2, working with your guys. Now, if you go onto Facebook or the internet, people will tell you all sorts of fantastical things, like earn 100,000 Rand in 3 months. Guys, that is not real. It does not happen. And if it does, it lasts about 5 minutes. What we're creating here is lifetime income. And therefore, it takes time. But 12 months from now, you could have changed your lifestyle by 10,000 Rand a month with the DuePoint system. If you can continue to do that. 3 plus 2 plus 2 plus 2. Working with your guys, working with your guys. Into your second year with us, 24 months in, we reckon you'll be earning about 27,000 to 30,000 Rand a month. That's 360,000 Rand a year that you've now added to your household income, and you've done it in 2 years. There's very few people that I know of that are going to get a 30,000 Rand raise in the next 2 years. There will be people who say, no, but I want 100,000 Rand now. That's not DuePoint. I'm sorry, you'll have to move on. But at DuePoint, we believe that you can create for yourself a recurring income of about 30,000 Rand a month in 24 months with us. If you can push through 3 years, we reckon you'll be on about 45 to 50,000 Rand a month. That's 600,000 Rand a year. If you can push through to 4 years, we reckon you'd be on about 60 to 65,000 Rand a month. That's 720,000 Rand a year in 4 years of working with DuePoint. You've already moved beyond the aspirations of most individuals at this point. If you can do half a decade with us, half a decade, 5 years with us, we reckon you'd be on about 80 to 100,000 Rand a month. That's R1 million a year. R1 million a year in 5 years of effort with us. Now, people have mixed responses to this. The first one is they say that that takes too long. They need the money earlier. Can't help you with DuePoint. We're building real lifetime income. This is how you do it. It's genuine, and it'll be with you forever if we get this right with you. Okay? But what I do want you to think about, if you feel like it takes too long, is how many years you've spent in your own employment. Has it been 5 years, 10 years, 20, 25? Have you managed to get to 100,000 Rand a month in all the years that you've worked? No. So 5 years really isn't a long time. It's a flash in the pan as far as I'm concerned, and you can get there. Now, of course, other people say to me, well, Brendan, this is just mathematics. You make it look the way you want, and this is all marketing and, very flamboyant, and it's not real. Well, we agree. And so we like to look at it in real life. We've got hundreds and hundreds of people earning at DuePoint already. In fact, just last month alone, another 113 people started brand new earning at DuePoint. 113 new earners in 1 month. So I pulled a handful out. They're not our top, they're not our worst, but they're just a handful for you to see people using the system. We've got a guy by the name of Sean Mateto here, joined us about 5 months ago, and over the course of 5 months, he's created for himself 150,000 Rand a year asset, 13,000 Rand a month. I said, remember, about 6 months to 2,500 Rand. He did it in 4 months, he got to the 2,500. So when people say, it's just maths, well, I think my maths is quite conservative, actually. He got there in 3 or 4 months. And you know what's quite important when we look at these numbers? It always catches me. I always go, we don't talk about the 100,000s and all of that, because that's kind of what the fringy guys do. I say to my guys, and I say to myself, we've got a list of problems. We've all got the list. It's different for everyone, but we've got the list. How many of the items on that list of problems would you be able to cross off by earning an extra 2,500 Rand a month right now? Sure, we all want the R1 million a year and all that, but just an extra 2,500 Rand a month, how many problems would that solve? What about 4,500 Rand a month? How many problems are solved by, you still got your job, you still got your income, but an extra 4,500 Rand every single month? This is how you set yourself free. You don't set yourself free with the big numbers out of nowhere. Start setting yourself free like this. Here we got Regina Dwara. She's from KZN. She doesn't even have the luxury of the head office here. Does everything through our remote tools and our live streaming, etc. Joined us 5 months ago, built for herself a channel worth 17,000 Rand a month. 5 months. 5 months she's done it. Remotely, not in Joburg. What does an extra 3,500 Rand a month mean to you right now? What would it do? What would an extra 7,000 Rand a month do for you right now? You have the choice. So it's not like there's this set thing. We've said 3 plus 2. Some people go, but does it have to be? No, it doesn't have to be 3 plus 2. This is your tool. You will choose how fast or how slow you choose to build your channel. But you can be anywhere in here and already have started changing your life. We've got Roloff. Roloff's been with us for a year. Over the course of the year, slowly chipping away, built himself a 240,000 Rand a year asset. 20,000 Rand a month. 20,000 Rand a month. What does that do to your set of problems? He said to me that he thinks he's been growing too slowly. I said it would take a year to get to 9,000 to 10,000 Rand in my maths, didn't I? He's on double that in the same period of time. I don't think he's been going slowly. What does it do to have an extra 9 grand a month coming in? How does that change things? You have the choice on what you want to do with this. Guys, go to our YouTube site. We have hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of testimonies, videos, people telling you how they've done it, why they've done it, and what they're doing with the DuePoint system. You can go find them. People earning a little bit, people earning a middle amount, medium amount, and people earning a lot. They're all there. Have a look. We're not hiding anything. You'll find that we're a very open door, open book business. That's the first way you earn with the DuePoint system. The second way you earn with the DuePoint system is through our XP Rewards training program. We know that some of you have never done this before, have no idea, and are terrified. Well, the good news is this is one of the only companies that I know of that actually trains you from beginner to expert on a step-by-step basis through the process of becoming an expert wealth engineer. And as you complete the steps in our program, we give you what we call XP points. They're experience points. They're not worth anything. They're not worth any rands or cents. They're a measure of your experience with us. But as your experience grows and you mature, and as your channel starts to grow and you meet certain requirements in our training program, we start to reward you in addition to your returns. So in the beginning, it's just a little bit of cash, but as you get a little bit more mature and as your channel grows a bit more, well, so does the cash reward that we give you. Then we start to equip you with tools that we know accelerate the growth of your channel. So for instance, at rank 5 in our training program, we give you an imported lightning memory stick from the United States of America that plugs into every single electronic device in South Africa and comes jam-packed with our introduction presentations, downloads, testimonies, tools, everything that you need, which means that anywhere, anytime, whether you've got an internet connection or not, as long as you've got this USB stick, you plug it into any device you've got, and you can be telling people about DuePoint. At rank 7, we give you your own set of business cards. 800 imported, gold-gilded, customized cards worth 12,500 rand. 12,500 rand worth of business cards. It's not like a big 3-ton or 12-ton truck that we just dump like 10 trillion. It's 800, each one's worth 150 rand. They're the best business cards in the country. You want to see an example? Go and look in our glass cabinet outside. We've got an example of what a set of gold-gilded business cards look like. We give them to you in rank 7, because when you give somebody the best business card they've ever seen in their lives, they're going to ask you, who's DuePoint and what do you do for them? And your conversation is open and you can start growing. At rank 9, not rank 1, 2, 3, or 4, rank 9, as long as you maintain your channel size, for the rest of your life, every year, once a year, we will take you and your family away on a 7-day trip, 5-star business class, all expenses paid. Every year for the rest of your life. Now, everything at DuePoint you will discover is earned and not won. For the guys that like Facebooking, the DuePoint prizes, just put a line through prizes. There are no prizes at DuePoint. Everything is earned. And in our training program, everybody that trains hard, works hard, grows their channels this year with DuePoint, and achieves rank 9 will come away with us on this particular trip.
All of your wind has gone, and all of the paths you've drawn have sunk to the ocean sun where no one can see. You stand, don't let the dark embrace, cower the dreams you chase under the rust and blood. Don't let yourself give up.
All right, so you can see that we're not going to the caravan park. That's actual footage from the hotel that we're going to. It's one of the top 6 in Mauritius, and everybody that makes rank 9 comes with us. Everybody watching, yeah, everyone watching live. You all have the opportunity. We're going in December. You've got a whole year to get there, and we'll go again the year after and the year after. As we do with all of our rewards in our training program, it's available to everyone. There's no lucky draw. It's not top 5. It's your decision. When I said to you a little bit earlier, the only person that's going to stand in the way, the only thing that's going to slow the process down at DuePoint is yourself. That's it. You will choose what and how you do with the DuePoint process and system. Folks, at rank 11, we give you another very useful tool. At rank 11, we give you your own car. It's not given to you for a month or for a year. It's not rented to you, and it's not branded. It's your car, because it is a tool you will use to build your freedom with the DuePoint system and with us. We have both medium and short-term quests and challenges that we build into our training program, all designed to create sustainability for your channel and successful growth. Right now we're running our medium-term challenge. It's called our Ironman Easter Conference Challenge. And our Ironman Easter Conference Challenge says basically complete the criteria of this challenge by the end of this week. You guys have kind of come in the tail end of it, but there are some of you in the audience pushing for it. Will come away with us over the Easter weekend with your families for all 4 days of the Easter weekend, 14th to the 17th, to the Western Cape on a 5-star business class, all expenses paid holiday with us. We've got a whole bunch of people going already, and we've got a couple of guys running to the finish line right now to make it across the line to come and join us down there. Guys, it's do or die week this week. Get it done. It ends at the end of this week. Then we have short-term quests as well built into our training program. They run every month. We call them Wealth Quests. They're different every single month, and they're designed to equip you with the tools that you need to do this work with. So, for instance, where you complete the criteria of the Wealth Quests in certain months, you'll get your own iPad, your own iPhone, a smart TV, cash, data and Wi-Fi routers, all the bits and pieces you need to do this business successfully. This month, the month of March, we've got the Let Me Entertain You Wealth Quest running. It says that if you can put 20 people on your first and second points in your channel that take the Wealth Points program product, that's our non-financial product, and make their payments by the 31st of March, you'll get a free code to the Entertainer app. That's one of our supplies. You'll see about it later. Unlocks the entire app for you for the rest of the year, and you will get an SD card with 100 gigs of data on it. That's an entire year's worth of data on it that you can get if you can complete this quest by the end of this month. On the 1st of April, it'll be completely different. There'll be a new tool and a new challenge for you to do. All right, so people often ask us at this point in time, where do we get the money from? They've done the maths, it doesn't work. Well, folks, we've done the maths too, it does work. We come out of the traditional space, obviously, financial services, where we spend hundreds of millions a year on direct marketing too. We were talking about the old forms of marketing a little bit earlier today. We run adverts on TVs, billboards, SMSs, radio stations, newspapers, bathrooms. Everywhere we can, we put an advert up, and it costs an absolute fortune. And what we do is we take the cost of that marketing and we reverse engineer it into our monthly payments. We reverse engineer. You pay every month in your insurance, in your banking fees, and all these things. You pay for next month's marketing. It's built into that price. Now, here at DuePoint, we don't do any of that marketing. None whatsoever. You will never see a TV advert, a billboard advert, or a radio advert for DuePoint because we use you, the wealth engineers, to connect us to people. And as a result, all of that money that is being spent on traditional marketing is now made available to you, our wealth engineers, and your channels. That's basically how the mathematics works. So there's 3 products that we as Constantia DuePoint put into your channel. Not you. Remember, you're not part of this process. The first product is our Access Wealth Plan. It costs 299 Rand a month. And for 299 Rand a month, you get a tax-free investment account opened for you specifically. And of the 299 Rand, we take 100 Rand and we put it into that investment account. And that investment account is a no-notice, no-restriction account, which means that at any point in time, you can withdraw the money. This is often forgotten. You'll get to the end of the presentation, you'll say to me, but Brendan, when can I get that money? Straight away. You can get that money. It is your money and it is available to you immediately. So the actual cost of this product is only 199 Rand a month. And for that, you get an additional 110,000 Rands worth of personal accident cover. And of course, as part of the package, you get to be a wealth engineer at DuePoint and all the benefits that that comes with. The second product that we have is our Wealth Guard product. It's 274 Rand a month. It gets you 1.1 million rands worth of personal accident cover with no waiting periods. You're covered after your first premium, no deferred benefit periods, no medical examinations or declarations, no maximum age limits. Your 97-year-old diabetic grandmother can take this product and have it till the day that she passes away for 274 Rand a month. We love these products. We reckon they're incredibly innovative. And then the third product we have is our non-financial services product. This was the one I was talking about in our Wealth Quest Challenge for this month. It's called our Wealth Points Buyers Club. Our Buyers Club, and it costs 274 Rand a month to be a member of. And where you are a member of our Wealth Points program, you get to enjoy all the discounts we've negotiated as a corporate. We go out to a whole list of suppliers. We're constantly adding suppliers and taking suppliers away, making sure we got the best for you. And we negotiate the best discounts, vouchers, account managers, packages we can. And you, as a member of the Wealth Point program, get to enjoy all of those discounts and vouchers and account managers and everything. The list of suppliers is extensive. You can completely change the way you spend your money and make your money more efficient in everything that you do with the Wealth Point program. So it's very exciting. We love that product. I think it's a very, very exciting product in the South African context. Then, folks, as we said, as a product owner, you're a wealth engineer. As a wealth engineer, you get free of charge, gratis, for nothing. The entire executive and management team here. You can book us at any point in time. You can have us teach you, train you, motivate your teams, help you construct successful channels. We're available for you, help you through everything. You can book us any time in business hours to do that for you. You get all of our facilities here. Presentation rooms, boardrooms, breakaway rooms, free Wi-Fi, tea and coffee. You can use them anytime, Monday to Saturday, to build your channel with. You get all of our state-of-the-art technology, no fee for using. You get to have all of that at your fingertips. And you are nationwide at DuePoint. Everything we have is online, and every one of our presentations from Monday to Saturday is live streamed out of this presentation room across the country. So anybody, anywhere, simply needs to pick up their phone, their tablet, their computer, plug in, and watch us, and we're in their living rooms with them, growing your channels for you. The wonder of DuePoint is you don't even ever have to do a presentation. We have 4 ways that you can bring people to us. One is you can buy one of our USB sticks. It's got our presentations on it. You can use that wherever you want. You can get people to watch us on our live stream. You can bring people to our presentations here. And you can go to our YouTube channel where hundreds of our presentations are stored at any point of the time during the day and watch a video from there. You've got all these things. You don't even need to present. How great is that? You don't have to know about the products, which is the best energy drink. You don't have to know how to become a presenter. At DuePoint, you have one task. Bring people to DuePoint. That's it. That's all you do. And you get all of this as a result. Folks, we hit the decision slide. It's not really about DuePoint anymore. You can go and do more research. Our website has got everything you need on it, from full product documents, the Wealth Engineer's Code of Conduct. Everything's there before you even click the apply button. No problem. Go and do it. You won't find out anything I haven't told you already. I had a lady the other night said, I want to read the terms and conditions of your products. You can. There's very, very few. You're not allowed to throw yourself out of a building. You're not allowed to do professional parachuting. You can't be involved in the army. Pretty much all of you are safe. You know, that's the kind of stuff that you might find if you look at our website. Tonight is a decision you have to make about yourself, not about DuePoint. The decision tonight is, are you going to carry on the treadmill? This is not me being marketing. This is me telling you a fact. You are on a treadmill that has no end, that is taking you nowhere. And you know it. How many years have you already spent in your careers going nowhere? All of us are in that position. Tonight we offer you the opportunity to take a tool. That's what it is, just a tool. It's not going to change your employment. You're going to take it and you're going to use this tool in addition to your employment to start bending the future of your life in a different direction. That's what you're going to do. You will be the only obstacle in that. You'll either choose to do it or not. Tomorrow you'll come up maybe with all the excuses. I don't have time. This sounds like one of those things. I'm scared. That you are the only one that's doing that, because everything in the DuePoint system is designed to stop any of those problems actually existing. We're here to make this the best and smoothest possible opportunity for you to change the South African economy with us. So, folks, if you do choose to become a wealth engineer this evening, it's very simple. I want you to just quickly jump onto our website, either on your phone, your tablet. You can do it here on our free Wi-Fi, or go outside and use our iPads. Click the apply button, fill out the details, and you're a wealth engineer. No money having left your hands this evening. Okay, you'll be sent a W number. That is the birth of your channel. It's yours. It's not in some kind of structure that you can be suspicious of. It's yours. And you will choose from that point forward how big an asset you choose to make that. If you do become a wealth engineer, please sit with the person who brought you here this evening, your lead wealth engineer. Tell them what your goal is and formulate a plan on how to get to that goal. Because if you don't do that, 5 years from now, you'll be earning nothing. You won't ever make it to rank 9. Rob always says, guys, you can't come to Mauritius because you haven't made it to rank 1 yet. You've got to make it to rank 1 first, which means you need a plan. Get that plan in place tonight. Start planning your future and changing your future immediately with us. Guys, we have a whole lot of tools. We do not make money off of these tools. So again, this is not a marketing exercise. These tools we know work in the South African context in building your channel. Have you got our USB stick? It's got the presentations and downloads and fast starter guides and that on it that you need. Maybe you don't have enough data that in the beginning with us. Get the USB stick. You can purchase it at reception on the way out, and you guys can order it from client service if you're watching live, and we deliver it to you. Have you got the pens and notebooks? Power bank for your phones. You guys are going to be using your phones now for filling out application forms, showing the presentation, etc., etc. Nothing like your phone dying just before you add someone to your channel. Guys, get one of our power banks. They are fantastic, and they're a conversation piece. DuePoint, where did you get that from? Let me tell you about DuePoint. Get them tonight. You can get them at reception. No more problems. You can get it. Your own business cards for us. Go outside, look at the pricing, get your business cards. Powerful to put something tangible in the hands of individuals. And we've got iPad and tablet covers as well. Get these things. They are good tools for getting your channels off the ground. Guys, for existing wealth engineers and those that become wealth engineers this evening, we're moving off of our paper registration system. From Saturday, it's electronic only. Please make sure you've got the app on your phone or your tablet. And from Saturday morning, we won't be taking manual sign-ups anymore, manual registration. Just scan in, get your XP straight away. It makes life so amazing for you already. You've got until Saturday to get all your equipment in place. All right, this is, I thought it was just a picture, but it's got our training in it. Guys, you know how to scan in. You're going to watch the training video if you want, how to add guests, all on the app for you. Bang, your XP is in your account instantly. That's where we're moving to from the first. Guys, as well, if you do become a wealth engineer, please, I encourage you to subscribe to our YouTube channel. It doesn't cost you anything to subscribe to YouTube. That's a bit of a fallacy out there. It's free. Look, I'm live streaming. And guys, like I said, please subscribe to the YouTube channel. It'll let you know the moment we go live every day. It'll let you know the moment we upload videos. And there are hundreds of videos there anyway that are good for your training, motivation, and growth. Use them, get onto YouTube. And then, guys, please download our free app onto your phones and tablets. Download it while you're here. It plugs you into your channel. It gives you a direct 365 real-time view of your channel. All of our training, all of your personal details and documents, everything is in it. Please download it this evening and have it before you go. Guys, that is DuePoint. We are extremely serious about what we are doing here. This is not one of those things. This is the thing that is happening right now across South Africa, and we want you to be part of it. So this evening, if you have any questions or concerns, come and ask us. Don't leave here this evening with the wrong opinion or wrong idea about what this is. Come and ask us. Ask your lead wealth engineer. Get that all covered and walk out of here this evening with this tool and start using it. Start using it. It's in your hands. It's up to you. Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. I'll see you all outside, and thanks for watching us live, guys.